All right, former New England Patriots Hall of Fame offensive lineman Matt Light was a force to be reckoned with on the football field. Over 11 seasons, he won 3 Super Bowls by protecting quarterback Tom Brady's back from on-rushing defenders and cleared a path to the end zone for running backs. Now he's aiming to clear a path for a bright future for young students and protect them from the left's woke agenda in schools by running for the school board in Foxborough, Massachusetts. Matt Light is also co-founder of the Light Foundation. He joins us now. Matt, good to see you. What inspired you to run for the school board?
Sean, look, thanks for having me. You know, that question could be answered by this thing that I heard in my own mind, right? I would be talking to friends of mine in the Foxborough area where we still live, where I played for a long time. And I would be telling my friends and other family members that have kids in the school system here that, you know, this isn't right what's happening. What our kids are going through as they go to public schools shouldn't be happening. How is this possible? And then I said to myself, wait a minute, you sound just like one of those people who have all the answers, but they don't do anything. And I just couldn't live with that anymore. So this is an opportunity for me to serve my community, to give back, not just my time, but hopefully share a different viewpoint that I think has gotten muted over the last, 5 or 10 years.
Matt, what's been the reaction like from the people in Foxborough who've known you largely as a professional athlete?
You know, it's interesting. We're getting ready to celebrate April Fool's Day, and I think people thought it was an April Fool's Day joke. I've been known to pull some practical jokes in my time, but, it's kind of heartwarming, to be honest with you. I got so much support in Foxborough as a player, but the people here are, it's very family oriented. They're family businesses. These are people that work hard, and we have unbelievable teachers and people in our school system here that fight for our kids, but they need other people to stand up and fight for them as well that make up this community. There's been a lack of leadership in this country because it's been too easy to walk away from it, right? I always told people, if you were the person selling tickets at Gillette Stadium when we were winning championship after championship, that's the easiest job in the world. But when things get difficult, like we've seen over the last 2 years especially, we need our leaders to stand up and lead. That's what we've lacked here, at least in Foxborough and in so many other school systems across the country.
I know if you think about a lot of the people who've run for school board are Democrats, right? And the left's got teachers unions. They've got the George Soros folks. They've got all of these other advocates who put out talking points and manuals for telling these folks on the school boards, here's how you vote. Here's what we need to advocate for. Here's the agenda and the policies that we need to achieve. But it doesn't seem that there's any kind of playbook for folks on the right? So what are you doing to focus on an agenda or policies that you want to focus on?
Sean, for me, I think there's certain aspects that are just, plug and play. You have to set policy as a school committee member. You have to work with your superintendent's contract, and you have to make sure that you set the budget. Those are 3 areas that are pretty, cut and dry. But I want to say to everybody in Foxborough and people throughout the country that we cannot allow what's happened over the last 2 years in this pandemic to be brushed under the rug. We have to hold ourselves accountable. There were too many things that happened during this pandemic that affected kids negatively, that put kids into mental institutions, that led to suicide rates that skyrocketed, right? And it's too easy for our leaders, the people that were supposed to be fighting for our kids, that sat by and allowed the state to make all these decisions and gladly gave up the power at the local level so that they wouldn't have to make a decision. That's not leading. So we need to make sure that we can learn from those mistakes, because there's one thing that history has told us. We will definitely repeat these if we do not have a real conversation. And I can tell you this much, Sean, my wife and I, we were ignored largely right here in our backyard, in a place that we've invested a lot of time and energy, when we told them that our son has a heart condition. If we can't see his lips, that's the first sign of him losing oxygen, right? So little things like that went silenced. So many more things that are yet to come, but we have to hold ourselves accountable, and we have to hold our leaders at a much higher level than what we've done recently.
You talk about your wife, Susie. You and her founded the Light Foundation years ago to help kids develop the skills and values they need in order to have a productive future. I love that. Do you think that your experience with the foundation will equip you? How will it equip you if you do get elected to the school board?
You know, it's given me an interesting insight in kids across this country and the things that they have to face. And what it's really taught me is that it doesn't matter if you're from the Midwest. I grew up in Ohio, very rural, very, much a farming community, or if you're one of our kids from DC, or some of our kids from a Northern Cheyenne reservation in Montana, or up in Maine. All of these kids are facing the same battles. And I've learned a lot from the kids in our program. And here's one thing that I was so fortunate of. Over the last 2 years, we were able to host almost all of our camps. And those kids during the era of the pandemic, when so many things were taken away from them, what we noticed is that kids were so much more appreciative. There were times working with young people that they didn't always appreciate what they had. Over the last 2 years, what kids have come to realize is that when they have an opportunity, you have to seize it because it may not be there down the road. So there are good things that have come out of this, and we're very thankful that we've been able to continue the work that we do, and we love what we do.
Matt Light, stay safe on the campaign trail, and I appreciate the fact that with all your success, that you are channeling that into something positive and getting involved in the community at a level that's so impactful. So best of luck to you.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Hey guys, it's Rob Carson. Experts are warning the current 40-year inflation high will only get worse. See how to protect your IRA with gold. Get a free info kit like this one at birchgold.com/Newsmax. There's no cost. There's no obligation. Just get your free info kit at birchgold.com/Newsmax.